Hello fam, good day. You're welcome to today's episode of weekly analysis. Today we'll be looking at the DXY, the GBPUSD and the EURCAD, and we'll start our analysis from the monthly time frame down to the weekly, to the daily, and probably to the 4-hour time frame. So we'll start by looking at the DXY from the monthly perspective. On the monthly time frame, we can see firsthand that price completed this fair value gap here. This bearish fair value gap here. This is a CB. You can see that price completed it, and looking at this current monthly candle, we can see that we are bearish. After price created this indecision candle here, you can see that price has been bearish. Then if we look closer, we can also see that we have this fair value gap here, and we also have another fair value gap lower. So we expect price to trade to this fair value gap. First, this is our first objective here. This fair value gap that is closer to price, probably trade into this second one. You can see this one is nested PDRA. You can see we have this fair value gap to the downside, and we also have this fair value gap that closed above it. So we have this and what we call the BPR. So I expect price to come into this fair value gap, which is our first objective. From there, we'll also know if we'll continue to anticipate for bearish prices towards this second bearish into this second PDRA, which is a bullish fair value gap. So the monthly is very clear on what it wants to do. You can see that we are trading lower into this fair value gaps here. So since the monthly is very clear on what it wants to do, we can go down to the weekly time frame to see what price is doing there. So guys, this is the weekly time frame on DXY. We can see after price traded into this fair value gap here, we have been seeing some kind of bearish momentum. You can see bearish momentum to the downside. We have this previous weekly candles low taking. We also have this previous weekly candle low also taking. So as I know, price is trying to retrace into some kind of PDRA above this price here to see a potential short into this fair value gap here. So the weekly will follow what the monthly wants to do. You can see that we are also bearish. There is no PDRA that will push price up before this fair value gap. So we know that where we can expect higher prices, this fair value gap here, for price to trade into this fair value gap before we can see bearish prices, or price trade into this fair value gap, retrace a little bit, then drop into this second fair value gap before we can see higher prices. So that is it for the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we'll see a clearer picture of what price is trying to do, where we can break the weekly candle into daily candles, and we'll see clearer picture of where and how price will get into those fair value gaps. So this is the daily time frame. You see, whilst price was coming down, we created this we created this push to the upside, we drop, we created this low, we created this high, created this low, this side are traded into this fair value gap here, and the fair value gap was respected, and you can see that we made a low taking out this low, and we had also a fair value gap here, and price also respected this fair value gap before dropping to the downside here. So we see that price has taken out this low, and we are currently seeing a gap here, which is a potential fair value gap. On Sunday, this will be confirmed to be a fair value gap. So we know that price would want to, maybe on Monday or Sunday, run into this fair value gap and maybe make potential U-turn to the downside. So the daily time frame is also very clear on what we want to do. You see, we'll have fair value gap. We also have this fair value gap that was previously filled. As you can see, the confluences are lining up that we are currently going lower, trading into this bullish fair value gap. That is our first objective. So we know for sure that from next week we should be looking to trade into this bearish fair value gap, so that we can trade into this bullish fair value gap, maybe see a potential rally to the upside or even a drop to this BPR here before we can push to the upside. So this is the analysis for for DXY. We know we are bearish on DXY for now. For now, we are bearish on DXY, and we can look for short-term opportunity on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to see if we can get into this bullish fair value gap here. So guys, that is it for the DXY. Let's go to the GBPUSD and see what price has over there. So guys, on GBPUSD, we can see that price took out this high, drop lower, close below this low, so this is our current dealing range for now. This is our current dealing range for now. So whatever we're doing, we'll be looking to see what price will do within this range here. So we can see that we have what a fair value gap, very tiny fair value gap here, and you can see the current monthly candle is very bullish because DXY is bearish. So this, we expect this candle to be bullish because they are inverse. So the monthly candle here is very bullish, meaning that the weekly candle also, the weekly time frame will be bullish, also the daily time frame will be also bullish. So now that we know that we are within this dealing range here, we'll go down to the weekly time frame to see prices. So the weekly time frame, we see that after we took out this low here, price created a fair value gap to the upside. This fair value gap here to the upside, price respected it, and we are currently pushing higher to the upside. We have closed above this high, and we still have this bearish fair value gap up here that price can reach for and push to the downside. So the weekly time frame is very clear, bullish. The monthly time frame also is bullish. So we'll go down to the daily time frame to see if we see bullish fair value gap that will take us into this bearish fair value gap. So this is the daily time frame on GBPUSD. You can see we have this fair value gap here. This fair value gap, but price did not actually trade into it because we also had this little fair value gap here that price traded into. I don't know if you can see it. This little fair value gap here. What are you doing? This little fair value gap here that price reached for and pushed to the upside. So I don't know, next week I don't actually think price is going to come for this fair value gap. I want to see price continue to push up to the upside. I'm going to use the DXY to actually measure if price is going to come to this fair value gap here. But I expect this fair value gap to be a breakaway gap, because you can see that price has respected this fair value gap and we are pushing up. I don't expect it to come into this one and go up, but nonetheless we are going to use the DXY to measure if price would want to come into this fair value gap. But for now, we know for the daily time frame we are also bullish. So let's go down to the 4-hour time frame to see price in its clearer picture. So on the 4-hour time frame, we see that we took out this high here. We created a fair value gap here. Price is currently into this fair value gap, and I will be expecting price to respect this fair value gap and push to the upside. That's what I'm thinking, or what I'm expecting. I don't know if price is going to actually do that, but I want price to respect this fair value gap and push to the upside. Or price can also try to come into this fair value gap and push up, but I'm not certain if price will want to do that. That's why I'm going to use the DXY to measure price for GBPUSD. Whatever the DXY does, I'm going to react on GBPUSD. So that is it for GBPUSD. We'll go down one more pair, which is the EURCAD. We analyze that pair to see what we are looking for. You already know that we are bearish on DXY. We are bullish on GBPUSD. So let's go down to EURCAD and see if we are bullish or bearish coming this week. So guys, this is the EURCAD monthly time frame. Very messy. It looks messy though, but we are going to dissect it. So on the monthly time frame on EURCAD, you can see that we took out this high here. We dropped below this lows here. We rally up, but we could not take out this high. We could not take out this high. This equal highs here. So we are within this range. The monthly time frame is not actually clear, but what we can see is that we have this fair value gap here. I'm thinking that in the nearest future, price would want to trade towards it. But I don't know if price is going to ever trade towards it, because you can see the monthly candles here, they are not really impulsive. They are not that momentum. There are no momentum in it, so they are not really pushing up or down. They are just within the same range. So let's go to the weekly time frame and see what price is doing. So this is the weekly time frame on EURCAD. You can see that we dropped aggressively, taking out this low, but we pushed up into this fair value gap. We dropped a little bit. We push up into this range. We took out some kind of highs here, then we dropped. We didn't take out this low, but what we did is we created a fair value gap here. And you can see it's an overlapping fair value gap, which is a BPR. So I expect price to push into this imbalance and drop, taking out this low, and potentially targeting this low. So EURCAD is very clear on the weekly time frame. We anticipate a bearish price action from this imbalance here, to push price to the downside. So let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame on what on EURCAD. You can see this is the area where expecting price to push to the downside. This is that weekly fair value gap here. And you can see that price is currently rejecting from this area, and we see that price would want to trade into that fair value gap and trade down. So the daily time frame also took out this high. This high is here, drop and created that fair value gap. So we want to see if price will also trade into that fair value gap. And you can see we also have a little fair value gap here. The daily fair value gap that price can also use as a target to drop lower. So we'll be expecting price to push up this week, push up, accumulate, then push up to manipulate and take out all those highs here, then drop and sell off massively to the downside to take out this low, and this lows. So we're expecting bearish price action on EURCAD. So the GBP USD, we know we are bullish on GBPUSD. We are bearish on DXY, and we are bullish on EURCAD. The EURCAD, I'm not sure if the bullishness is going to last, but for next week, I'm bullish on EURCAD until we get into this fair value gap, this daily fair value gap and the weekly fair value gap. So for now, I'm bullish until we get here. Then I will be expecting to see price turn to the downside. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, support my channel so that the YouTube algorithm will recommend my videos to other viewers. Thank you and have a nice day.